We are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Giants and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. From just inside the 20, a short kick. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start the drive with White. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They stay on the ground with White, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And a coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now a give up the middle. This is White. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Austin. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 36. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want those body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. And the Jags are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Murray now to throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Jaguars at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray, he's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Here's Murray. And caught by Tremble. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Akers is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped up, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Again, it'll be Akers. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll look to run with Akers. And this time he is in. His 6th rushing touchdown on the year, number 8 overall. And the Jaguars take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run the option left side. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he finds Austin complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
1st down, here's White. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and 1 from the 2. They'll run with the 3rd-year man, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from drawing level. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. A short kick taken at the 18. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down. That's caught at the 25. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Another try after the first down sack. Murray. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. To throw, it's Murray. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalposts here. 1st and 10. 59 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. They go right back to White here on 1st down. And he's got some space here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
A throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Tim Patrick A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have moved out in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From way up at the 23. Now a hit and a loose football. And who's got it? The Giants! So problems there on the return. Very costly. Not what you need when you've just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field and getting that score back.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They keep it on the ground. White again. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the right side here with White. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Now Jackson. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
The kick by Lutz is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Murray. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Giants will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. Now it's Jackson. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Jackson to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants would extend their lead here just before halftime. Lutz with the extra point. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. A short kick taken at the 18. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray, a quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before half for Murray. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. A short kick taken at the 18. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Green.
Here's Murray. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray Pass complete to Akers on the out route. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Murray now on first down. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. They'll give this to Akers running right. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Murray now to throw. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
They'll run for it with Akers. And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. Cam Akers with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. It's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. Again, Jackson will keep it. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. 128 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Jackson. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
More.
They run straight ahead here with White. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jackson now. Across the formation, he hits Austin. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 13-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Going right side is White. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Opting to run again here with White. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Giants on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson. He completes it right side to White. Touchdown. Rashad White. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
Now Murray again. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Murray going to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 29, Murray is going to let this one go deep. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
To throw is Murray. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Go on, Eric. Omaha.
Now Murray's got to have this one. Got a man. It's Waddle complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
That's out to the flat for Akers. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but Certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or...
Touchdown, Jaguars! Rashad Bateman from 13 yards out. And the Jaguars have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground with White. And some space here. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 165 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Read option, this is White. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go with White on the counter. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 30. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, We're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it done today.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh, yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Giants, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as